Today we're going to be talking about the block 6 of the Crochet Along Beginner Afghan Sampler. This is featuring the moss stitch, which is just going to be single crochets with a chain in between, but they also do sections of stripes. So they'll do a section of moss stitch. Actually, it shows better on this picture right here. It'll do a section of moss stitch and then a section of single crochet and then moss stitch, single crochet and moss stitch. I have found with the first block that I've been working on, I really enjoy the moss stitch, so I may end up doing my next block entirely moss stitch because it just looks really nice. I think it has a nice texture and it goes a lot faster. But this first block I'm going to show you, we will do the stripes. So it's going to be 10 rows of moss stitch and then 10 rows of single crochet. I'm not sure though, because we want it to be a square at the end, depending on the size of your stitch, if the very last section will be even with all the rest, which is another reason why I might just do moss stitch next time. But we will go over what the instructions say here. Okay, so it wants us to start off. In the instructions, it says to start off with 41 chains, but every time I start off with 41 chains, I end up with an extra stitch at the end, so I'm only gonna do 40. So, and sorry for the dark yarn color. I hope it shows up okay on the camera. So we're gonna do 40 chains. All right, and then it says to single crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go in right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. We single crochet in that chain right there, and then we're going to chain 1. And now we're going to do this all the way across, but we're going to skip because of that chain 1. We're going to be skipping every other stitch. So there's 1, that's where I would normally go in right there. We're going to go in right here, single crochet, chain 1, and then 1, 2, single crochet, chain 1, 1, 2, and then just do that all the way across. And you should end up with 38 stitches across. And then this ends in the very last one right here. You just do a single crochet. And now we're going to chain 2 and turn. Now this it ends up being pretty easy. All you have to do is feel for that hole. So that chain 1 hole, you're just going to crochet into that. So you're going to do a single crochet into that hole, chain 1, and then find the next hole. We're going to single crochet, chain 1 all the way across. And then in this last, that beginning chain 3, I'm going to just put 1 single crochet right there. And then we chain 2 and turn, and you just do it again. And we're gonna do that for 10 rows. So we just did the first 2 rows. We're gonna do that for 10, and then we'll come back and talk about the single crochet rows. Okay, so we should now have 10 rows of the moss stitch. An easy way to count the rows I found is the V's. These little V's kind of stand out a little bit, and you can just count them all the way up. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so, and you can double check, you should still have 38 stitches across. Okay, so now we're gonna start the single crochet section. So we're gonna chain 1 and turn. Now you're gonna skip this very first one right here and just crochet into that hole like we did last time. And then a single crochet into the next single crochet, and then into the chain 1, and then single crochet into the single crochet, just all the way across. All right, I'm going to double check my count here. Okay, I crocheted into that last single crochet, and then I need to do it once more into that first hole we have there, and that makes 38 right there. Okay, so we're gonna chain 1, turn, and once again we're gonna go across. You skip that first hole because that chain 1 is coming out of it, so it kind of counts as a crochet. So we're going to go right in there and 38 across. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's a good idea to count just because it's easy to miss that last stitch. You just want to make sure you have 38. So this is 36. So you can see 37 is easy to see right here, 37, and 38 is not easy to see. So you just gotta be sure to get that last stitch in there. So you're gonna keep going back and forth and doing that. It's hard to see the difference in the pattern at this point, but anyway, it's gonna start to look a little bit different. The pattern says to do 10 rows and 10 rows. I may do smaller rows of the single crochet and bigger of the moss stitch, but anyway, you can do it however you want to. If you want them all to be the same, you can do that as well. So you just go until you've got a square, and then remember to put your border on, and then that is block 6 for the beginner Afghan.